Okay, it's 2 hours after I fired up. I'm finally perpendicular to the sun with the face of my glass. I just put this saucepan of water in there. It's probably got 3 inches of water at the bottom of it. We stuck in these 2 baked potatoes about 10 minutes ago, and it's now about 10 minutes after 11. And we're finally on the sun directly. And so we'll be tracking in here. And the clouds have gone away. That's even better. I've been looking for a set of shadows on the machine as a reference marks, and I think I found one here with this shadow line right at the bottom of the case and the little sunlight triangles on either corner. I think I've been pointed into the sun for just about 45 minutes now. I mean, truly perpendicular. The glass is perpendicular, so. And the temperature inside the oven is still steadily rising. As you can see, or maybe you can't, but there's a thermometer in there by that granite ware. It's at 280 and still moving up. Still increasing, moving past 305 at about 12:25, 12:30 in the afternoon. All right, we've as I said earlier this morning, Larry brought out this thermometer with a little probe, and we've just had it stuck in the molding here next to my piece of glass. And it's at 207.5 now. And the reason it's jumped up, we've been going at 190, 191 was a good number. But the reason it's jumped up is because I got up here and tied this line onto my bonnet and pulled the geometry back and got a better focus. We immediately saw this number take off, and I've been watching this number, using it to adjust my oven. I'll see it start to fall and I'll move the oven, and then I can see the number go back up to keep it in focus. And I'm definitely, because I took it outside.
Oh, that's right.
I'm definitely, this is definitely the hash mark. These little ticks on the side where the sunlight's coming through the triangles, and these ticks here and these ticks here make all that symmetrical and keep it just about here. That's perpendicular to the sun. And when you do all that, you get an almost perfect octagon on the ground underneath the machine at this time of day. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just cracked the oven open after leaving it closed for like several hours, like 2.5 hours. I'll have to go back and review the tape. The lower thermometer said 300 degrees when I just cracked it open. The upper thermometer was reading 305 all afternoon. Now I'm about to take out that pan right there and those 2 baked potatoes. And that pan had a third of it in water, and so I'm going to pull that pan out without scalding myself, I hope. But Bud, notice I'm all the way down on the ground, and notice how wonderfully the gimbals are working. I mean, Bob made the gimbals good. Bob figured out the gimbal game. So we're going to pull the potatoes out, we're going to pull that pan out and examine that water. It's been in there for 2.5 hours along with the potatoes. I think it went in a little bit ahead of that. It was 300 degrees on the bottom rack when I opened it. It's 305 on the upper rack. That is really a wonderfully even oven temperature, I guess. Now how we go higher, there's a lot of little engineering bugs we could solve. I don't think that my glass is leaking too much. I know my heat's coming out the glass. I may have to go to some kind of double glass system. And man, I sure am hot. I tried to get on the internet a while ago, and our internet service is so screwed here, but it must be 102 here in the garden today when we're doing this. Okay, we just pulled the pan out and we put this little digital probe that we've had on my leaky corner all day. And What's it reading now, Larry?
190.9.
190.9.
Now it dropped. It's 187.
187. Well, that's the fact that this is blue and white and shiny. You know that? I'm convinced of that. If this was flat, black, and flat.
This is dropping now.
And round.
That's dropping.
Oh, okay.
Alright, you want me
We just smashed test potatoes on the bar at the Triple J barbecue joint. Look at that, folks. A fully cooked baked potato. I wouldn't eat it. It's impregnated with oven paint, but I love it. Look at that.
That thing is
flaky, ready to go.
Yeah, it is. That thing is hot.
Yeah, I don't care. That baby is good. Pulled it out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we put it in about 11:20, something like that.
That's amazing.
We'd have cooked
just like, I mean, that's cool.
And we didn't burn one carbon atom to do it. Yesterday I was buying the last of the other.
You just shrunk your footprint on
it has no footprint.
Let me tell you the beauty of what I just did. Yesterday as I was buying the last thing for this, which was 3 cans of oven paint at Home Depot, I turned around and laughed at the charcoal briquette pile behind me. For $9.97 for 2 20-pound bags.
Did they cook any different? Bust that one up.
No, didn't cook any different whatsoever.
I just wanted to in the...
But you know,
these potatoes were also cooked with full foil exposed to the sunlight. Now, if we'd have snuck them into a black box, I think we could have cooked them much faster. Much faster.
And I think you put a few of these things in an oven, you can stack them up. It doesn't matter if they touch or anything. They're not going to scorch, and then you just have a condiment.
So I made a real good engineering move today. I put in another set of bonnet rods, and this one has a clip with just an L-shaped bend in a skinnier rod. This is like a 3/16 rod, and then it has a real nice little old curly Q clothespin type thing up there that goes in the side. And what it has done for me is it's really stopped the movement of the bonnet. And plus it let me tweak it into the degrees. When we tied this thing back today with just some nylon cord, the oven temperature went up 20 degrees by pulling it back. So these rods are now in that new position. And I'll probably have to do the same thing to these side panels, because I think they're probably bowed out too far. And the nose is probably the same way. And then I'm trying to avoid putting rods and paraphernalia and all this stuff, but I'm sorry, it's turning into that. It just to keep the geometry, I can't get the temperatures I'm going to go for without it. I could be satisfied with 305, but I put these rods in and get this bonnet pointing correctly into the glass, I can go much higher. And then I have to seal the heat loss coming out right here, particularly in these corners right here. I have to solve this engineering problem. But this is all an experiment going on right here anyway, so that's okay. I was prepared for that. I knew I was going to leak right here. And I think I've done a good job with getting the bonnet stiff. It's really has a lot of integrity now with these 4 rods in the back. I put another set of rods up at the front going into the frame. This baby's not going to move at all in the wind. It's already much stronger.